Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Undead Unluck with the final episode and the end of the autumn arc with the fight, of course. Now, this series has been a treat so far. I love the characters, the power system, but we really need season 2. Now, let's get into this episode, and we're gonna talk a bit more about the series overall towards the end of the video. Now, this episode picks up from last week. We have the autumn fight starting, Andy and Fuko with Rip, Latla, Bunny, even though they were a bit unwilling at the start to work together, versus Autumn. But I have to say something first. If somebody does anything to Bunny, you're not gonna like me. She's way too cute. She needs to be protected. Now we have them fighting against Autumn. Andy is able to cut it, but the regeneration is too strong. Now, also funny thing was the Crocs. Akira being in Crocs. Crocs are great. I don't care what anybody says. Sure, they might look ugly, but they're so comfortable. Is insane. More people need to get Crocs. Thank you, Akira. But speaking of Akira, absolute Giga Chad. How much he did for everybody, for the entire world, especially for the heroes here. Just have to give him major props. What he did last few episodes, and even more in this episode. We have him here still kind of being the linchpin, kind of tying everything together. He trained or allowed Andy and Fuko to train with the memory, helped them, gave them information with everything. And here he goes even further beyond. So thank you very much, Akira. He's able to use his mouth to draw an artifact with the G-Liner artifact to bring in, to make it real, and ask them to protect him while he gets that artifact to give them a chance to win. And here is where we see a bit of a flashback, how he was able to interact with the real world. He created his own body with the G-Liner artifact, but the painful thing, it was too late. His mother died before he could get back to her, and that actually hurt quite a lot. Just imagine being in that situation, nobody knows who you are, that you even exist anymore, not being able to interact with anything, and seeing your mother, father, parents, whoever, in his case, his mother, losing herself because you went missing, and you not being able to be there for her to comfort her. Just insane situation for him. But all of the Negators have had similar or worse situations here, but yeah, I kind of wish there was a bit of a reunion between them, but unfortunately that's not gonna be possible there. So yeah, Akira, he still kept his word to his mother, kept on living. Then we see a bit with Rip and Latla, their flashback. Seems the important person they both lost is Latla's sister and probably Rip's girlfriend. Apparently he was a doctor, he operated on her, she was very sick, so something went wrong during the operation. Both of them blame themselves, so that's very important person there. And here is where we see how far Akira went even further, because the artifact that he made was the same one that Fang used to heal Rip. That's why he was a kid. Used it to accelerate Rip's body 15 years into the future, to get him back to his normal body there. But there's a huge drawback to it. You age 10 times the amount of time you manipulated. This causes his body to disintegrate, or at least the fake body he created. I think he got some effects also on his astral body. In a way, it's not fully shown how much he aged, or if he aged, or maybe he just aged a long time normally and the artifact didn't affect his astral body. I'm still really curious about that. I hope there's gonna be a way to save Akira, because if there's one character that deserves this, it has to be him. But at least he has both of his arms there. Now, unfortunately, the G-Liner artifact, the pen, is also broken here. So yeah, Akira, amazing job that you did here, just showing him. He felt like such a random character when we first meet him, and the more found out about him, he quickly became one of my favorite characters in the series, to say the least. But here we have Fuko, flashback with her, how much the unluck also affected her life, getting blamed for everything even though it wasn't intentional, and showing Akira also helping her indirectly in a way with the manga he created to you. From me there with her started reading it. It was her mother's favorite manga. I really liked that attention to detail and not there. And she found something to latch on, something to stick with, even though she lost her entire family, even her grandparents there, her mother, father. We know the situation. And we know she was suicidal, she wanted to end it all, she didn't see any purpose in life, but just wanted to keep going to see the end of the manga. And as simple as it is, something like that can mean so much for so many people. Something to hold on to when everything else disappoints you or leaves you behind. And even more considering the unluck situation with the powers, not being able to interact with anybody out of fear to hurt them. And yes, Akira with that manga in a way saved her life there, and he did so much for so many people. It's insane. And yeah, then we have the fight. I really liked how Andy took charge of them as the leader, even though they were unwilling a bit, giving orders, you're gonna do this and that. Latla was like, don't call me by my name. But Bunny instantly salute straight to work. They have to use Rip's power to be able to cut it, and for it not to be able to regen. But Autumn evolved in a new form there, and Rip actually saves Andy from getting caught a bit, thanks to Akira's sacrifice. Kind of changed Rip's mind a bit there. He was able to even touch Rip. And you know, Rip, I kind of like him so far up until this episode. For the first few episodes with Rip, he just felt like a straight asshole. There's nothing more to him. He's just evil, even though he has an excuse, just being an asshole for the sake of it. That was my first impression. But the more you find out about the characters, the more in depth they get, the more you understand their reasoning, their motivations. This is something that the series does really well. And in the case of Rip, he blames himself so much that he wants to kind of be a villain and to do everything to save the girlfriend. I don't think we got her name there, unfortunately, but Akira was able to touch him, like change his heart, so he's gonna cooperate, at least for now. They start fighting it, Andy using volcano unluck bullet there, hitting the core, and thanks to the unluck, a meteor obliterates Autumn. The fight was very quick. The episode felt fast and slow at the same time. I don't know how to put it exactly into words there, but my favorite moment in the entire episode was right after the fight. Andy thanking Akira and having that fist bump with him there got me emotional, and seeing Akira break down a bit in tears. Even though they couldn't interact, they knew he was there. And I do hope we're going to see more of Akira. Such a great character. Absolute Giga Chad, to say the least. Now we have a bit of the aftermath. Fuko thanking Rip for the help, and Andy also wanting him to join Union for them to work together, but it's not gonna be possible. Rip is willing to do anything and everything to get the arc, and that kind of goes against Juice. And I still haven't gotten the answers from Juice. Like a few episodes ago, we saw the relationship between her and Victor, why exactly she did what she did. I'm curious what happened between them. How is she using that arc? We still don't know exactly how that arc works. We know it allows her to experience the loops. I have a lot of questions for Juice, and I was kind of hoping we're gonna get that episode, but we got something different and also really good with the character of Akira. But I still want that Juice episode at some point. Kind of like Rip also a lot more after this episode. I do hope there's gonna be a compromise between them to be able to work together in some shape, way, or form there. And the small gesture that Latla did towards the end, gathering all of the pieces of the G-Liner artifact, giving them to Fuko. Maybe there's gonna be a way to repair it, to allow Akira to make another body for himself to interact with the real world. After that, we have Andy and Fuko collapsing down, kind of getting the backlash from the power-up they got in the book hitting them. I like there's a price to pay for that, they didn't just gloss over it. And overall, great episode to end this arc with Autumn, and it seems there's some nods to possible season 2 or a continuation or some sort. Like the way it ended the episode, there's another scene right at the end, winter, so maybe winter is gonna be the next one, and Billy and Juice are there, so they're gonna have a meeting. I'm really curious about that. So overall, amazing series. What it does best are one of the most ingenious power system, how they use the rules, the powers, how they work, very technical fights. The more you pay attention, the more you are rewarded. I really like this about the series. The characters are great, especially the relationship between Fuko and Andy. I love their dynamic so much. All of them have very unique designs, the other characters in the series. In a very gripping story and world with an interesting twist with the loop and killing God. I have a lot of questions. They were never gonna get answers in just season 1. So I really hope we're going to get a season 2. If not, the manga it is. But also, the way the series was handled, kind of not being in the mainstream in a way on the streaming platforms. I don't think a lot of people are talking or watching the series. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, watching me follow the series ever since it started. I probably missed things, got things some wrong, but I enjoyed it quite a lot. So I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the series, both from the perspective of anime only, what do you think as an adaptation if you're a manga source reader. Now I know the biggest flaw with the series, I think the second half, or a lot of the second half, had some pacing issues. Now I don't know if this is the best end point they could have had here, probably, because if winter is the next fight, would have taken like a few more episodes, but definitely the pacing suffered in the second half of the series quite a bit, to say so. Those recaps were brutal. Honestly, gave me some One Piece vibes there. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. Give me your thoughts on the series and this episode, and remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. Also make sure to check out the podcast, because anime, and as of this video there's no season 2 announcement. If we get a season 2, comment down below, and here's hoping. So Undead Unluck, awesome series, check it out. Bye bye.